Hi guys, in this verse the Bhagavad Gita talks about one of the most important aspects of the entire book. Here it talks about the form and why idol worship is actually wrong. Now before we jump into our own conclusions, let us take a look at why form worship or idol worship is being objectified and how it slowly makes us naive in the process of worshipping or prostrating before an idol. Now this is not only told in Bhagavad Gita, but if you read the Bible, even in the Bible it is mentioned that idol worship is actually wrong. Now why is such a statement being made? Now I'm not going to probe into the religious details of why a form is being sculpted or anything such as that, but here we are going to take one of the most famous Western theories of Plato known as theory of forms, and we are going to implement it in this verse in the Bhagavad Gita. Plato once said that anything that we see around the world can never be as same as the real object, because it will only be a partial understanding of what the real object could look like. That is why in Bhagavad Gita it always says that the true real nature of the Supreme is formless as opposed to giving a form to it. Now let me ask you guys a very simple question based on this. Now, if I put you guys in a room and show you one small box of around say 20 items, and if I give you 1 minute to look at all the items in the box, and after that if I close the box and ask you to name whatever are the things that you saw in it, you would say, if you're really intelligent and you have a good memory power, you'd be able to name 15 to 18 at best. Mostly 99.9% or dare I say even 100% will not be able to say all the items that are mentioned in the box. So therefore, the form that we create outside based on our memory can never ever resemble the true nature of the original form. So it can never be a spitting image. It will always be just a shadow of the original. That is why Plato has also told this in another theory known as the allegory of the cave, which I've already covered in this video right here. But let us stick on to this for a while. Now, when we talk about all religions, now I'm not talking about all the people in religion. If you take a look at the Islam scholars or the Christian scholars, Buddhist scholars, or even Hindu scholars, they all unanimously agree on one thing, that God is one, but forms are many. However, here Plato says that forms may be many, but you cannot give one particular form to one particular emotion. For example, if we take the subject of love, if we take the subject of friendship, can you give a form to that? Can you paint a picture of love? It is really impossible to paint a picture of an emotion, because there are a lot of external factors and how we feel based on that particular emotion. Now if we take a look at any idol of any god, more than the God itself, it is being spoken out of the emotion in which the God is being portrayed over there. Now I'll give you another example, simply put. For example, if we say that a man is dejected, how different forms can we create? We can create a picture of a man putting his head down. We can put a picture of a man who has his hands over his cheeks, and so many other pictures based on an individual's thinking, their creative process, and how they interpret a particular message. So form creation or idol worship is completely not right as per the Bhagavad Gita, because it talks about a very basic fundamental level. However, it is not completely useless, and the reason for that is because, as the Bhagavad Gita itself acknowledges, it is very hard for a person to worship the formless. Therefore, we give a form and we call it God and we worship for that form. However, to think that this particular form of God is supreme makes us very naive in the process. And that is why the Bhagavad Gita asks you to go beyond any form and say that whatever forms you see around you, there is something more superior to that. It is the forms are a xerox of the reality. And if you're able to train your mind slowly, day by day, towards focusing on the originality of the form, then that is exactly what is true divinity. Because spiritual realization is not many, it is only one particular path to one particular journey. And for that, we just need to always focus on the eternal truth and not on the shadowy forms. This is what even Plato says when he communicates about the form, because when you see a form and when you try to make an image out of it, it creates something known as substance, which is really a change from the originality. And the first step that we need to do is just free our mind, and it will always lead the way. That's a wrap for this particular episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do give it a thumbs up, and also make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And as always, thank you for watching, and until the next episode, it is goodbye.